Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of CrossRoads. Today, we have another special guest with us. His name is Abhishek Mathur. He's presently interning at a startup. So, Abhishek, for all the viewers, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Guru. I'm Abhishek Mathur. I'm
Yeah,
basically from Jaipur, Rajasthan.
yeah.
And a bit of my background, I did my schooling from Jaipur, and then I wrote JE and entered IIIT Hyderabad.
Oh,
So I have recently completed my third year of BTech in computer science, and currently I am interning at a stealth mode startup company. It's based in San Francisco, and I'm working there as a full stack developer.
okay. That's nice to hear. So, the reason why I contacted Abhishek was it's a very nice story. I was going through LinkedIn and I found out a post by him stating that he had applied for 12 internships and he got he all the internships, and then finally he got these two. Like he had written what all he had done mistakes, what all with the courses and all us. So I got interested by looking at that, and then I had contacted Abhishek on LinkedIn, and then we got together. So can you just tell like how was the experience of giving 12 continuous interviews in a row and then not getting all of the first 10?
Yeah, it was a pretty long journey. So I remember my first interview was long back in August 2019, and I was pretty nervous about it. So
Mhm.
actually, before August 2019, I wasn't even aware of how an internship drive goes, and
Okay.
I never had a chance to discuss about this with some of the seniors or any other of them. So yeah, the first three rejections, the first three interviews were really heartbreaking for me, and it was after third or I guess fourth interview that I tried to figure out what exactly was lacking in the interview process.
Mhm.
And thereafter I found a new thing from each and every interview, and then just I tremendously learned from each of them, and something new was found in each of them. So there were times where I realized that I was being careless at many points, especially in doing the standard problems.
Okay.
So yeah, so it was in December, I think, in the winter holidays, that I sat and revised a bunch of standard problems. And next, after that break, I still got rejected in four interviews. But not due to any technical knowledge, I guess, due to some lack of behavioral and presentation skills, which matter the most, I guess, in the HR round. So, yeah, to be honest, I couldn't sleep that night when I got selected the very first time, and not due to any anxiety but due to immense happiness. So
Okay.
it was
Okay.
the first time I was offered as a role as a summer intern, and surely the rejections faced previously made it very, very special for me. And by the time of the 11th interview, I had become a bit resistant for rejections, and yeah, the
Mhm.
streaks finally broke. So I remember that day, as soon as I got confirmation, I immediately called my mother and said that, "Oh, mommy, I finally got the internship." They were so happy. After that, no tension, no stress, no worries, just chill.
Okay, that's nice. So you were practicing the drive started in the month of August, and when did you get the 11th one, the one at OnePlus?
I got it in Feb or March. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, in the second sem, March, I guess.
Okay, so it was almost like 6, 7 months of. So you're preparing the whole time for 6, 7 months,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah,
Okay. So which all were the companies that initially you interviewed for?
yeah. I gave so I sat in around 17 companies, and
17. Okay.
I qualified coding rounds in I think 11 of them. So or 12 of them. So these were like Goldman Sachs, Uber, AlphaGraph, Motok, Microsoft,
Mhm.
Sprinkler, E&Y, App Dynamics, Salesforce, Kiwi Capital, and yeah, the last one was OnePlus, and after that I got through that startup mode. Yeah,
Okay.
these were the 12 companies.
So was there anything common between all the interviews? Right.
Yeah, they were pretty more of matlab, much of the stuff was common in all of them. Like pretty all the HR round. The HR round was common in all of them, and some
Mm.
questions repeated also. So yeah, much in common in all of them.
Yeah, I saw that like you had written that there were a few questions that were common. You had solved those questions were asked in one of them, and you didn't you didn't
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through it
yeah,
the next time. The next time, same question as asked.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So what were the kind of like how was your preparation before giving all this before? What did you do in your first and second year in college?
Okay, so like first and second year in our college are pretty heavy than compared to any other colleges, because what our college does is that it includes all the core courses in the first and second years. So you are
Mhm.
basically academically very loaded in the first 2 years rather than third and fourth year. So
Okay.
the only free time we get is after the year ends, like in the month of May, June, and July. And the
Okay.
thing is that our college gives exactly 3 months break, whole May, June, and July, and there are the bunch of things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I extremely enjoyed the first after the first year in full
Okay.
boom. I did nothing, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the next year I was bit confused what to do, and finally I decided to work on a research project based on machine learning.
Mm-hmm.
So parallelly, I was coping with competitive programming, and so I started competitive programming in my first year itself. So
Okay.
just continuing since then.
Okay. Okay. So
And
what?
yeah,
Yeah. What was the summer research that you did? Like you did it at your college itself, is it?
yeah. So as I said, that I decided to work on a research project. So I was a bit interested towards machine learning, although I
Okay.
had no experience with machine learning earlier. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that why don't give it a try. And the research was based. The professor was researching on some web credibility. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you search something on a web browser, so it shows you results based on some factors, excluding relevance. So by relevance, I mean that how relevant are the listed web pages.
Mm-hmm.
So their research was mainly focused on how related the web page is with the search query.
Uh-huh.
So it included a lot of factors like genre credibility, number of ads in the web pages, number of wrong spellings, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was my first project on machine learning I have ever worked, and I learned quite a lot from it.
Okay. So all the other ones that you have mentioned, all of them started. You started working on them after you did this one, is it?
Yeah, the machine learning ones, I think I've mentioned three of them in my
Yeah.
resume,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of them started after this.
Okay. Okay. So another question I wanted to ask is why did you choose the startup over OnePlus? Any specific reasons? Like you had got selected for both of them, so why the one over the other?
That's a tough question actually. So it was a difficult decision to make, owing to the fact that both are very good opportunities in my opinion. So
Mhm.
there are always some pros and some cons to prefer a startup instead of a big firm like OnePlus. But
Mhm.
the pros dominated over the cons in my case. So yeah, I was impressed by the team here at startup. So fortunately, I got a chance to interact with few of them before even finalizing the offer, and I just love them. So
Okay.
majority of them are from IIT Bombay, Delhi, Guwahati, CSE branch. So
Okay.
some of them were employees in past at Google, some were at Twitter, Goldman, Oyo, and whatnot. So yeah,
Okay.
it was golden opportunity for me to work with them and discover more and learn a lot. So yeah, I believe that the things you learn at a growing startup are enormous and latest in terms of technology. And one more reason was that the startup is well funded, and both the companies were offering me the same stipend. So
Okay.
which made it very easy for me to just decide on the basis of company's work and culture.
Mhm.
Uh, Plus here part of my work is already in production, and I'm proud about that. Whatever
Okay.
I did is usually actually coming in use, and soon they'll go live, and I'm pretty sure they'll stand up on the expectation.
Okay. So what was the like? Can you briefly explain what was the work that you did at the startup?
Yeah, so as I mentioned that I currently working as a full stack developer, and
Mhm.
since it's in the stealth mode, so I won't be able to describe in much details, but yes,
Mhm.
I'll try to output as much as viable.
Yeah.
So the here experience here has been until now has been truly amazing. So starting with the internship, they made us comfortable with the engineering team,
Mhm.
and yeah, my first project was to integrate single sign-on with their system.
Mhm.
uh, and that is the third party login. You can log in via Google,
Yeah. Yeah.
Facebook, Okta, third party services.
Mhm.
That was a pretty short project and was completed around 10-12 days. And next
Mhm.
one was a pretty big, where I worked on Spring framework of microservice architecture. And
Mhm.
it was based on Java, especially, which I had no idea before.
Okay.
And
So
finally, I resulted in building a whole new pipeline which is used in the production. So yeah,
okay. So what was the coding language that you used to use for your competitive programming? C++.
for competitive purpose, I use C++. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So that's also like you told it's based in San Francisco, is it? The
yeah,
startup that
yeah,
you told me.
yeah,
So like how were you being in touch with those people? So your
yeah.
timings are always different, is it? Or same?
No, actually, their tech team, half tech team is in Bangalore and half tech team is in San Francisco. So I was a part of tech team at Bangalore. So
Okay.
my timings were normal from 9 to 5. And yeah, in terms of context, so there is a friend of mine at IIIT whose brother's friend is the founder of this startup.
Okay,
So
okay, that's nice.
yeah, so we connected through LinkedIn and just the process went on.
Okay, okay, that's nice. Yeah. So another thing that I've noticed that many people from triple IITs, IITs, and NITs is that they work as a teaching assistant in the college. So how does that thing work? Like, what is the thing that you're actually doing as a teaching assistant? You teach classes, is it, or how?
Yeah, actually, teaching assistants are normally they are the seniors, but officially seniors. They are paid from the college side, and yeah, they are selected from third and fourth year onwards. So I was the teaching assistant for introduction to software systems, and I was responsible for teaching the first year batch. So yeah, I taught them JavaScript and Python. And there are particularly tutorials for these things. Like we have tutorial slots of 1 hour each in every week. And yeah, we paid around 5,000 per month for, yeah, yeah, 5,000.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know what it is. I had seen it on a lot of people resumes and also that's why.
Mhm.
And also one more thing is like you're a candidate master at CodeForces, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how does that thing how to become a candidate master? How much amount of coding do you need to do? Like how is it calculated? How are you judged?
So yeah, I was rated candidate master in December last year, I guess. And
Okay.
since I started competitive programming in my first semester at college and loved it since the first day. So
Hmm.
after solving around 900 problems and after almost 2 years of practicing competitive programming, I was finally able to cross the 1900 bar on Division 2 code forces.
Okay.
So yeah, so most of the concepts used in competitive programming are taught in the data structures and algorithm courses in every
Hmm.
college. And
Hmm.
those I believe are enough to reach Division 1 on code forces, that is about 1900 rating.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's all.
So like even then the code forces you had a candidate master, right? So did it help you in your interviews and all?
Mhm. Yeah, actually CP helps a lot in my opinion. So I didn't know that it will be useful in the internships and placement until last year. I was just doing it as a kind of passion and all. So whether it's for internship or placements, most of the companies have their first round as a coding round.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's the importance where competitive programming plays important role. So yeah, so I was actually good at problem solving, and always been excited to solve new challenging problems. But the
Hmm.
point is that I missed the standard problems. I was
Okay, okay.
so overconfident I was so overconfident about these skills that actually these didn't work out. Finally, I understood that the standard problems are kind of different than the problems you solve normally on online platforms. For
Okay.
example, let's say there is a problem which can be solved in the time complexity of login.
Hmm.
Uh, and if you attempt this problem in online round, it doesn't matter you solve in log of 2n or log of 10n, but it
Hmm.
matters a lot in interviews.
Okay.
So the person sitting in front of you shall not accept even the log of 2n solution, even if it hardly matters in performance. But
Hmm.
yeah, it matters a lot in interviews. So this was due to my carelessness. I would suggest everyone viewing this to note this down and practice at least the standard problems. And if you practice CP, it will be a plus point for you for sure. And just want to add that you are never late to start anything, and CP is one of them.
Okay, okay. So like if we talk about myself, I have never done C. I used to I do a bit of coding, but
Mhm.
never like full hardcore CP. I just do data structures and algorithm. So what do you feel like? Is that sufficient to get placed in good companies, or you need CP and all?
Yeah, not exactly CP, I guess, but yeah, you need the basic concepts for data structures and algorithms, and you have already interned at Microsoft. You know that the first round is coding round, so
Yeah,
you knew a basic of coding stuff. But yeah, basic stuff is important.
yeah. Okay. So imagine a situation, right? You are given a chance to redo all the interviews that you did from before. So how do you go about doing it now?
Actually, in present, I don't I don't reject being reject. I don't regret being rejected 10 times in internship interviews because they taught me a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
However, in future, whenever I'll be facing any interview, then I'll surely go through all the experiences I had before that, analyze each mistake in detail, and make sure that at least I won't repeat this one in future. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll not ignore the standard problems at least, and shall go
Mm.
through each of them every time I step into an interview. And surely, one more thing, I'll try to control my emotions. So sometimes it happens that you become either too excited or too nervous that you ruin everything. And there is no second chance always. So I shall try to keep everything balanced. And there are many factors too that are important as much as knowledge. And one of them I believe is confidence. So I always back myself up and will advise all the viewers to have confidence and faith in themselves. You will surely go through it.
Okay, okay. That's nice to hear. So let's talk about your college. How's the kind of atmosphere, the competition and all? Is it very difficult to get placed?
Mm, yeah, competition you can say is quite high, and the main reason being is it's a research-based institute, and the
Okay,
offered branches are related to computer science only. And this is the reason why IIIT has a very strong coding culture also. Everyone
okay,
here knows how to code, and so everyone is a competitor of every other person.
okay.
The number of students too is also very limited. Like they intake less than around 300 students each year, and our batch only had around 220.
Or
So
220 for all the just computer
yeah,
science branch, right?
no, including all the branches. So we
Okay.
had total 6 branches. Two of them were computer science BTech and electrical single degree, and
Mhm.
other four of them were dual degrees. So computer science along with MS in natural science or simple computer science MS, humanities dual degree. So four were that. So yeah,
All
combining.
okay, okay. Altogether, it was around 250.
Yeah, our batch had only 220. And combining all these things, the competition, I guess, is good and healthy. So, one more distinct and unique attribute I would like to add is that IIIT is they teach core courses in the first year itself, as I said. So,
Okay.
like data structures is taught in second year in most of the colleges. Here, it's part of the first year curriculum. And maybe this is the reason that students are academically loaded in the first 2 years, and they focus mainly on projects and internships in the next 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, overall, I would say that the atmosphere and competition is based on the theme entirely programming and research, and it's
Okay.
quite healthy. And you will learn how to handle multiple things along with perfect eyes.
Okay, that's nice. So at our place and all, it's like first year we have all the subjects in from all the
Physics,
branches:
chemistry, maths.
physics, chemistry, maths,
Yeah,
electrical,
the
electronics. So
that things we have in the third and fourth year. So it actually becomes easy that we do computer science courses in the first 2 years and then apply for projects and internship in the third, fourth year.
so like first year we just waste the time passing those courses. We don't focus that much on
That
computer
we are
programming
doing
and
that we are doing right now.
all. Okay, okay, okay. And what about other kind clubs, and your fest and all? How's it at IIT Hyderabad? Triple IT Hyderabad.
Yeah, so at IIIT we have a cultural annual fest. So it's a combination of both cultural and technical fest. That name is Felicity,
Okay.
and so like I was the part of Problem Setter last year. So the technical event is known as Threads, and it's a huge event. Like all over the, it's conducted all over the globe, and even the first competitive programmer tourist participates in it.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, it's kind of nice like having too much academics in the whole year and having an event in we have it in Jan or Feb, and it's just refreshing. It just refreshes your whole year.
Okay, okay. I wanted to ask one more thing. Like, what does it take to be a problem setter? I've seen many people they set problems, and also how do you how does that journey start? Like from solving questions to setting questions.
Yeah, so I believe that once you solve around 400 or 500 problems, you get the idea how the questions really come on each platform. Like for example, I've almost completed around 900 problems on CodeForces, so I have a general idea how the problems are based, and if you are getting a problems on data structures, say segment tree, so how should it be framed? How should it be solved? So since it was the part of our technical fest, we anyway had to construct a whole new question problem set.
Hmm.
So yes, we were a part of around 20-30 members, and anyone most of them were juniors. So they came up with the idea, combined all together with the brains of around 10-15 people. Uh,
Hmm.
so the resulting was a fine new good problem. So that's how journey of problem setter goes.
Okay, okay. I also heard that they pay some people for setting questions, right?
Yeah. So I think CodeForces pays around 14,000 for a Div 2 contest.
Oh, so like if you set 7 to 8 questions, you get 14,000.
Yeah, I guess. If I'm not wrong, it's 14,000. But yeah, sure, surely it's greater than 10,000.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's for Division 1 and 2 combined, but yes, in one of the cases you get at least 14,000.
Yeah,
And
but
it's a big amount, I guess.
yeah, that's actually a big amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. And what do you do in your free time? Any other hobbies and all?
Yeah. So in one word, if I have to say, I am a memer. So I love to make memes.
Oh, you have some channels and all? And
Not
I mean,
exactly my own
Instagram
channel.
pages. Instagram pages.
No, not exactly my own, but yeah, I post on Facebook on other channels.
Okay, okay, okay.
And apart from this, I enjoy playing games, both online and physical. Like I play a lot CS:GO and also badminton. So badminton has become a key component since lockdown period. So I've kind of put on my weight, and it's kind of compulsion now.
Okay, okay.
And
That's
yeah,
yeah, that's nice to hear. Yeah.
I'm a chef too. Like I like to increase my family's load by trying out some experimental dishes. Sometimes it works, but mostly I get a scolding from my mother.
Okay, okay. That's nice to hear.
Mhm.
That's it. It was nice talking to you. You have anything to say? Any other questions or anything?
No. I'm done. Thanks for the opportunity, Guru.
I'm also searching for people to come on. It's just like you had 4 to 5 people right now. We had 4 people, like you're the fifth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually nice. So people will get to know how internships go on, how placements go on.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Man.
more of like I wanted to, directly can't go and ask people questions and all. So I wanted to connect with more and more people. It's like a
Mhm.
advantage point for me. It's getting to know more people, what all is happening and all. So at our place and our college, all we are very. I'm from like it's a good college, but we don't have that much exposure. I got to know about all this stuff once I came into my third year, starting of the third year.
Okay.
So it's not that active and all. Yeah, anything. It was nice talking to you. And any advice for people who are starting out? What would you tell somebody in first year? Somebody who's starting fresh.
So for those who are willing to sneak peek into the corporate world, just continue working hard, practice more, develop more, and increase your network as much as possible. So yeah, like there was a comment on my LinkedIn post, so I just loved it. Like when life gives you lemon, make lemonade. So works perfectly into my case. So no need to get disheartened over any rejection, but yes, instead of leaving it untouched, so that you whoever learning your experience could benefit from it, learn from it. And I'm no Bill Gates, no Zuckerberg, but the little few things I have
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to know, the little few things I have come to know by this journey is that it's very special and will be important throughout my life. All the best throughout.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Abhishek. So like That's it, guys. I'll post links related to his LinkedIn, Instagram, or any other social media in the comment section below. Thanks for listening to us. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.